Hey everyone. I'm going to make everyone go around and do intros since we're going to keep these pretty small and intimate. So hopefully everyone's ready to at least speak up a little bit. I'll try not to put everyone on the spot too much. As you can see, I'm in my formal Friday attire here with apologies to everyone there. It's casual Fridays here in gross, humid, hot New York. Where is everyone coming in from today? Blake, I'm gonna guess you're in Oklahoma.
Nailed it.
All right, Oklahoma. Matt?
I'm in Silicon Valley.
Okay, Lucas?
I'm very close to you.
All right. Aditya?
I'm in Chicago, Illinois.
All right. Grant?
I'm in the Silicon Valley of South Carolina, which is Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that known as the Silicon Valley of South Carolina nowadays?
Absolutely not.
I played some baseball there back in the day.
Oh, really?
They have a minor league
stadium
team.
downtown.
Yeah, that's right. They have a minor league team, right?
Yeah, they're a Red Sox affiliate.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
Greenville Drive. Yeah,
there you go. Okay, cool. All right, who else? Christopher.
Gross, humid, hot Connecticut.
What part of Connecticut?
On the shoreline between like New Haven and
Oh, cool.
London.
Cool. Yeah, close to me. Yeah, it is gross, humid, and hot. I'm in the like peak of my marathon prep right now, and I have a really tough workout tomorrow morning, and it's supposed to be 75 and like 98% humidity. And I think I might die. It's not gonna be very fun. Srikar and Sai.
ATL.
All right, Atlanta. There you go. Roberto. Hey.
Hey, hello. I'm in Jerez in Spain.
Oh, that sounds pretty nice.
Actually,
that looks much nicer
yeah,
too.
and here, look, see the pool. I'm with the kids. Holiday.
There you go. Jess, I have a guess.
I'm in Austin.
Coffee shop in Austin. Also gross, hot, humid.
Yeah, where I feel like we take the cake, even though I haven't really visited anywhere else. But
It is pretty gross there. And people got really mad. I did a vlog on our last trip to Austin, and a lot of Austin people got mad at how many times I criticized the weather. Although, like with all the tourists and people that have moved there over the last few years, I would have thought they would have thanked me for slowing down all of the people moving and just crushing the real estate markets there. Deepak, where are you coming in from?
I'm from India.
Where are you in India?
South India, Chennai.
All right, cool. Alexis.
I think I take the cake for gross, hot, and humid. I'm in Houston.
That definitely does take the cake. I was like, I wonder if she's home in Houston. Okay. Oh, got it. Yeah, that is up there this time of year for sure. Tops, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. I'm currently in the suburbs of Detroit, but I'm normally based in Philly.
Okay. Tanish?
Yeah, hello. I'm from India, Delhi. We meet.
All right, good to see you. Sarthak?
Yeah.
Back in Austin, baby.
Back in Austin, there we go. And then Lean, who is appearing as a cat, as I can see here. Not sure if you're on or off, but where are you coming in from?
From Boston, Maine. It's nice and foggy today.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We've got a pretty global turnout at noon on a Friday on the East Coast, so we're covering a whole lot of time zones here, which is pretty fun. I'll just kick off by just saying, first off, thank you to everyone for joining, for supporting the book in the earliest days with your pre-orders and purchases. The announcement was an incredible success, and I'm just super excited for everyone here to have the opportunity to read it and engage with it, and to see how you kind of interact with it and the questions that it leads you to confront and discuss with all of your loved ones and the people around you. And I couldn't be more excited to have it out in the world after all these years working on it. So thank you so much for the early support. The goal with this, and with any future sessions we do like this, is to have them be really intimate and really open and kind of unique and vulnerable. So we've kept them intentionally really small, split them up. And what we're trying to do is, create a setting where we can really interact and talk about any questions that have come up in your life or things where, it'd be hard to answer or respond via DM or via email, and much more fun to do in a setting like this. And I will happily take the lead on trying to answer things, but you all also have an incredibly robust and diverse set of experiences with, I'm sure, every issue that people are asking about or journeys that they're on. So to the extent you have commentary on things that other people are asking about, or you feel like I've missed something or that I'm just patently incorrect on something, I am more than open to being told that, and would love it, in fact. So please feel free to weigh in and provide whatever perspectives you might have for others as we go here. I'll also just at the end to make sure that everyone has a recording of this, so I think we'll share that out to everyone that was here, and you'll be able to have access by email and everything after the fact if there are follow-ups or things that are ongoing. So we'll start there. I would love for people to ask questions live. We've had a bunch of people send in questions, so we have plenty that we can talk through, and then I'm happy to kind of share, and we can start there. But if people want to ask their question actually live here and you're comfortable doing that, you can feel free. Otherwise, we can do it more anonymously and just do it via the ones that were submitted. So I'll pause there for a second. And if anyone wants to be the jumping off point on a question, feel free to kick us off.
I can go first, Sahil.
All right.
That's cool. So I just wanted to say, Sahil, you are an idol. I was just telling my girlfriend yesterday, I was always looking for that one cool dude I can look up to. And I feel like you're that person, I'm
not that cool, unfortunately. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. So yeah, the question I had is, I'm currently a product manager at JP Morgan. I'm 27, and I have over the last year built a YouTube channel with 55K subscribers.
Wow.
I focus on Stoicism, and basically last year I broke my back. I ended a long distance relationship and I lost my grandma. So Stoicism really appealed to me, and I built my own personal Stoic code. And that's when I started watching your content, and I started making videos on Stoicism and how to be a modern day Stoic. So my question is going to be 3 parts, not to take up too much time. The first part is, I'm really trying to get monetized. Despite all my subscribers, my video with highest views is 29K, but I am still on my path to getting my watch hours up. So what would you recommend for that? I do want to self-publish a book on modern day Stoicism for our generation, like people who are a little bit younger. Ryan Holiday is kind of the god, right? But what would you recommend trying to self-publish? I've tried KDP, I've tried talking to publishers. So what is your pathway for that? And the last question is how to become a public speaker. So those are my 3 questions.
Yeah, it's great. Well, first off, congratulations. That's no small feat. I mean, you're killing me at whatever we're trying to figure out how to do YouTube and do long form video. So I have a ton of respect for that. On your first question, I think there's a lot of power. I mean, when I first started doing YouTube, and again, I cannot claim to be an expert at this by any stretch of the imagination, but one of the things that I think is really powerful is just this general idea of like zagging when everyone else is zigging, or playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. And I think with content that definitely is the case, where everyone is going to be doing one thing at one point in time. There's going to be like a thing that is just the standard, and in order to actually achieve alpha or like upside beyond what the norm is, you have to do something different. And the next Ryan Holiday is not going to look like Ryan Holiday. The next whoever, Mr. Beast is not going to look anything like Mr. Beast, because you're not going to be able to achieve those same outsized rewards by doing the same thing. I tend to think that with YouTube a lot right now. I think that like the early days of YouTube were this like really authentic kind of raw, daily, like less edited, unfiltered style. Then it became this like Mr. Beastification of YouTube and these crazy edited stunt type videos with the like audacious claims and whatnot. I have a perspective personally that, a more like high cadence, lower filter, raw, maybe even slightly shorter versions, like something that you can do more daily is kind of an interesting and differentiated approach. That's not guaranteed to be successful, obviously, but I like when I hear you talk about the type of content you're putting out. What I think is really interesting, and what I think Ryan Holiday did best actually was the whole idea of the daily stoic. And you could do your own kind of modern take on that, where you're like, how am I engaging with a stoic idea every day? So rather than doing these, you can still do the big sweeping videos that are kind of like longer form breakdowns on bigger concepts and more edited and more cinematic. But you could also document on a daily basis how you are kind of leveraging Stoicism to impact your life. Like, here's a challenge that I faced today, and here's me just talking in raw form about how I leverage these principles that I'm living by, and it positively impacted my life. I would watch that kind of thing because I find journey to be the most interesting type of content when you feel like you're kind of sitting with someone as they're making progress in their life and in their world. It's also just from a pure volume perspective. If you're trying to get watch hours up to get to monetization, it's a pretty easy way to just drive that up over a period of time. And what I found when I started was I did this daily cold wisdom series. Some of you may have seen it. I just turned on a camera and filmed myself in a cold plunge for 3 to 5 minutes every morning for, 150 days or something like that. And the watch total, the view totals were pretty low on them on any given video. But it was the same people coming back and watching every single one, and people were watching the whole thing. It wasn't, the actual view duration was really, really long relative to the video length. And so I think there's something to that, just being willing to dive in and commit to hey, I'm gonna do 30 straight days of a daily, your version of a daily stoic type video, that could be really cool. So that's my first response. Remind me your second question, because now I've forgotten it already.
Of course, and that's super helpful. It's self-publishing. How do I go about doing that? Do I talk to trad publishers? Do you think it's too early in the process? Do I do KDP?
So for anyone that's ever interested in writing a book, I should do a proper video breaking down the whole process of this, by the way, because it's a really confusing black box world of how the entire book publishing industry works. The downsides of traditional publishing, speed, it's super slow. I start working on it 2 years ago. I finished the book a few months ago, and it won't come out until February because they need to do the print and the process and sales, and it's just super, super long, slow process. The upside is if you're trying to hit any of the bestseller lists, they basically have a cabal over those, where if you're traditional publishing, you cannot hit those lists. And it's so bad that Alex Hormozy sold 100,000 books in his launch of his last book. Not a big New York Times bestseller, right? Ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, but it wasn't. And it's because he self-published it. So those are the main trade-offs to think about. I personally think that if you are so just compelled by the idea that you want to have this out in the world and it's meaningful to you to have it out, going down a self-published route, it's so simple now. You can do it Amazon frankly has a lot of the tools that just enable you to do all the printing and can kind of create a book and have it out in the world, that you can do kind of V1 self-published and then have V2. If it starts to gain traction, you can go to a traditional publisher and show them what it looked like, and then you can go and do a nicer version of it in that way. I think that traditional publishing, the main reason I would go down that path if I were you would be if you were hoping that the advance could give you a path to leaving your current job. Right. I don't think you're there yet, probably, but you're not that far off. If you 5x your audience over the next year, you could probably go command a reasonable advance.
Got you.
And the advance is an advance against royalty, so it's kind of your downside, the lowest amount that you'll make off of the book. And that can be meaningful. It can be meaningful money that the publishers pay for these things. So something to think about. There's all these options now, like Scribe Media and a bunch of companies that sort of do a bespoke process for you. But I think if you already have the ideas, if you're going to write it, there's so many tools out there now that make it easy on the self-publishing path.
For sure.
And then your last question.
public speaking. I think
Oh, yeah.
I would love to jump into that. I think modern day stoicism for our generation is a niche that I would love to jump into. What would you recommend baby steps? For that?
I think it's a muscle. I consider myself like a very nervous public speaker. Originally, I used to get like really nervous speaking in front of crowds. The earliest podcasts I did, I was really bad and very nervous. Now I've, built the muscle over a long period of time and just by getting reps. I think like doing it in sort of low stakes situations first is probably the best path where you can build the muscle and feel like if you fail, so what? It doesn't really matter, and sort of move on. I wrote a piece or I did a video, I forget when, about some of my like rules around public speaking or some of the things that have kind of helped me a lot. The couple that I would mention that really help, one would be focusing on building like Lego blocks for different speeches you're going to give. So the idea is rather than memorizing a speech from front to back, have kind of Lego blocks, like pieces of a speech that you can kind of piece together any which way that you want. And I think of that with like bite-sized ideas or little stories that I like to tell, where I can then go and hit those in any order at any point in time. So if people are asking me different questions or bringing up different things, or if the speech calls for different things, I can just repiece those together. It takes a lot of the stress out of needing to like memorize every single word of a speech, which I've just always personally found really scary and intimidating, because if you forget one word or you forget one section, derails the entire thing after it. Versus if you have Lego blocks and you kind of stumble over one, you just skip it and you grab a different Lego block and come back into it. But public speaking is really like anything else. It's just, it's practice, it's reps. And I think podcasts are probably a good like low touch way to do it. I think collaborating with other video creators to do some sort of like live things. I found that like the reason I did a lot of the daily YouTube thing was I sort of viewed that as like building the muscle around video. And it's sort of a similar thing. Like I want to be able to articulate ideas in real time. Doing it in a cold plunge was unintentionally a way to like create stress while you're doing it, right? Like trying to talk clearly when you're freezing cold is not dissimilar to trying to talk clearly in front of a huge crowd when you're really nervous. Your heart rate gets elevated, you start feeling your breath kind of pulling away, and you need to be able to center yourself and speak. So all of those things are a little bit of training. One last tiny little hack for anyone that's got a public speaking thing or a presentation coming up: do your last like couple of rounds of preparation while on a walk or like on a light jog, because it simulates the like elevated heart rate that you're going to have when you're actually delivering the presentation or the speech. And it's like a simple little hack that actually makes you feel super well prepared for that kind of like elevated tension environment.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Sahil.
Yeah, absolutely. Great questions.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? Roberto?